Are you aware that according to data from the research news at Ohio State University, the risk of large weight gain for men increased prominently after divorce, but for a woman, the risk of large weight gain is most likely after marriage? My name is Jesus Sunya, and I will be talking about the effect of weight issues before, during, and after marriage. By now, you're probably thinking one of the following. I'm in the process of getting married. How should I avoid it? I am married and do not or do suffer from weight problems. Or what are you talking about? I'm not planning on getting married quite yet. Whatever the scenario might be, I am here to inform you, married or not married, we can prevent or find solutions to weight problems. I have read informative articles and made my own research which has helped me become knowledgeable and aware that I am human. I am not married, but I'm planning on marrying one day. I have already witnessed weight issues that have affected my own self-esteem. The issue of thinking you cannot control weight issues is as easy to control as 1, 2, 3. We'll be discussing weight issues prior, during, and after marriage, and in between mentioned causes, ways to prevent, solutions to the problem, and by the end of my speech, have a fully understanding of ways to recognize weight issues. Let's start by mentioning why couples suffer weight issues before marriage. Marriage will add a few extra pounds to your weight. Before the wedding, it's all about looking stunning, which means hitting the gym for hours, controlling the amount you eat, and so forth. The more you try to lose weight to fit into your beautiful wedding dress or tuxedo, the more you probably have of gaining weight while trying to lose it. It is all in your head. Wedding planning can be a hassle. One insignificant detail goes wrong, and there you go, eating your frustration away. This is when issues appears in the picture. So I have heard that wedding planning can be time-consuming. You spend more time on the road, running errands, than actually at home, leading to my next point, lovely fast food restaurants. All of these causes have a solution. Stay calm. Do not let stress get to you, and plan ahead on having a busy day. Pack your lunch. Now that we've got a visual of suffering before marriage, let's see what goes on during marriage. So according to Andrea Meltzer's article, Marital Satisfaction Predicts Weight Gain in the Early Marriage, newlyweds that are satisfied with their marriage put on several pounds at first and have an increased risk of becoming overweight. USA Today mentions newly married women in their 20s gain an average of 24 pounds, and males gain an average of 30 pounds in the first 5 years. As a newlywed, nothing sounds better than putting your health on the back seat and just be home cuddling and watching movies. Married couples increase their time watching television than they do actually doing physical activity. When married partners do not feel the pressure of attracting a mate anymore, they lose the impression of looking good. Stress levels in couples go up, which lead to rises in eating. Now that you have heard some of the causes of weight gain during marriage, I will be discussing several ways to prevent couples from living happily ever fatter. As a couple, influencing and motivating each to eat healthy instead of poorly, I shop for healthy foods that are enjoyed by both partners and can be a big plus. Find ways to cope with stress apart from eating. Do physical activity several times a week and go out for a morning jog or walk. Keep in mind that the only one running the risk is yourself. Start caring a little more about your health. Last but not least, gaining weight after your marriage, also known as post-wedding gain weight. Although both sexes gain weight, males tend to gain more weight after divorce, and females tend to gain more weight after marriage. Your eating habits change. Maybe you were used to cooking 3 to 4 times a day for your partner and yourself, which helped you maintain a stable diet, but now it's only you. According to the Ohio State University, married men get a health benefit from marriage, and they lose that benefit once they get divorced, leading to weight gain. Grief is a strong emotion that can increase or decrease appetite, and depression can cause substantial weight gain. People need to become conscious of changes in their weight and avoid depression and sorrow by keeping myself busy instead of overthinking everything. Now that I have introduced to you some of the weight issues before, during, and after marriage, I will mention some last tips that might help you on how to maintain your weight. Forgetting to eat a healthy meal and eating junk food instead when feeling stressed may overfood your schedule. Learn how to manage your time and make time for yourself, even if reducing stress does not always mean hitting the gym every now and then. Think of your health and eat healthy. Eating healthy does not always mean stick to your green stuff. Keep in mind that the only one controlling the instincts and the abilities of maintaining a healthy lifestyle is you. Keeping in mind that controlling your weight issues is as easy as 1, 2, 3. At some point, married or not married, we will all suffer from weight issues, but it is to the best of your knowledge to be informed and what you can do to control or prevent it. Think to yourself and consider looking on these topics and becoming more informative on what there is to this entire weight issue prior, during, and after. What I mentioned today is just a few of a lot of problems married and unmarried couples go through. Then again, I ask you, has this tied the connection of weight issues and marriage?